Transportation Matters hosts have been making the rounds on the speaking circuit of late, sharing their knowledge of social media and the trucking industry at a number of recent events. Editorial Director Lou Smirlos caught up with James Menzies and myself after a Toronto Trucking Association luncheon this spring.
I'm here with James Menzies and Adam Ledlow. They have just finished speaking to the Toronto Trucking Association on the growing use of social media in the transportation industry, and I managed to pull them aside for a few minutes just to kind of give us a rundown on some of the things you brought up at your meeting with the association. So you talked about in your presentation about Facebook and about Twitter and YouTube and LinkedIn, all these social media tools. If we put it all together, if you're managing a transportation company, you're a supplier to the industry, why should you consider using social media?
I think the reason why you want to be there using it is because your competitors are there using it. We know the drivers are scarce. Drivers are there using it. So if you're not using it to engage with your customers or engage with potential drivers, your competitors are. So what kind of an edge is that giving them? I know that I've talked to the organizers of the Best Fleets to Drive For competition and asked them if more fleets that are in the top of that competition are using social media, and that is the case. In fact, Paramount Freight Systems, which has been named Best Fleet for owner-operators for the last 2 years, has a very good Facebook site. And they said that as of January, they've recruited 25 owner-operators just through this Facebook site, because people can look at the Facebook site and get a sense of what that company's culture is all about.
Now, if you are using it, how do you make sure you are using it effectively?
Well, I think there's certain do's and don'ts. What you do want to avoid is using it for an aggressive sales pitch. One of the biggest complaints you hear is that Twitter is becoming overrun by spam. So I think what you really want to do is make it personal. Make sure that whoever's managing your Twitter account or your Facebook account is someone that you trust. Make sure that you're open. Make sure that you don't just put it up there and leave it. If someone does have an issue with your company or if someone has something nice to say about your company, make sure that you engage them and use it as a way of a community-focused way of two-way dialogue instead of just putting it up there and expecting it to take care of itself.
Okay. Adam, if a company is going to get into social media, obviously it's going to be an investment in time, in resources. Is there a way to measure how effective you are in using social media channels?
Absolutely. I mean, with us at Transportation Media, we have 4 different main mediums that we use through social media, which are Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And it's definitely possible for you to get in there and crunch numbers and find out how successful you really are at reaching your audience. In the case of Facebook, they have a feature called Insight, which measures your reach, how popular your different posts are, and it gives you a great graph, a daily graph, monthly graph, whatever you want to measure your performance on Facebook. In the case of Twitter, they have something known as Clout, and it gives you an idea of your influence over other people on Twitter and the types of people who are following you and what people are saying. In terms of YouTube, they're paired up with Google. Some of our viewers might know about Google Analytics as a way to measure web traffic. There's YouTube Analytics as well, so you get the demographics of your viewers, whether it's their age, their sex, their location, you name it. They've got criteria for all that, so you can see where your videos are the most popular and with what audience. And so yeah, there's definitely basically any form of social media out there. They understand that it's not just teenagers running around texting each other on their phones with this stuff. There's a business platform for this. And they know that has to be measured in order to measure the success of your venture into social media.
Let's say you've sold me. I want to start using social media tomorrow. Again, if I'm a fleet owner, if I'm running a company that supplies products into the industry, what do I need to keep in mind in terms of getting started? What do I need to do to get started?
Well, I mean, getting started is as simple as setting up an account, really. And again, whether we're talking about Facebook or Twitter or what have you, the makers of those forms of social media have made it very simple for people to get themselves set up. It's really as simple as coming up with a description of yourself, uploading a picture maybe, a little bit of information, and you're done. It's about a 5 or 10 minute setup to actually get going. Something that we mentioned in our presentation, which I think is very important though, is if you go and you get set up and it takes 5–10 minutes, the internet's not going to come running to you. You have to be an active social media user. So, I mean, you know, take some time, feel it around a little bit, see who's out there, whether it's your customers, your suppliers, your drivers, whoever it happens to be, and find out what they're tweeting about, what they're posting on their Facebook wall, who they're connecting with in LinkedIn, what kind of videos they're posting on YouTube, and take that information, think to yourself, well, what can I do in my business to make this work for us? So you'll see examples like crazy out there that you can use. So, you know, take a little bit of time, sit back a little bit and see how things are going, but don't be a passive user. You have to be active, you have to be out there, you have to let people know you're using it. So whether you're letting people know through print advertising or what have you, you need to get the word out, you need to be active. Like I said at the beginning, internet's not going to come to you, you have to go to them.